Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The War Room. If you are new to this channel and if you are new to this movement, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Guys, I hope you all are staying safe in this storm that's pending over Jamaica, Hurricane Melissa. Um, so we're here tonight again. Michelle and Karen should be joining shortly. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience as usual. So, what are we here about tonight, guys? We're here to talk about Northeast St. Elizabeth. And I had to come with this tonight, guys, because this is unbelievable. When I discovered this today, I almost cried, honest to God, because I cannot believe and I cannot understand. I'm just gonna talk the truth. The other ladies, them will come talk for them truth, but show me they are now talk to them. I just talk my truth. I cannot believe that people can be so wicked. I just cannot believe it. And you see that stunt here where Zulieka just come try pull off on the people them of Naughty St. Elizabeth. Me personally, I go call it the wickedest thing me ever seen in politics. But I know where she got it from. We're gonna talk a little bit more about it. Zulieka Jess, me nah lie. You're wicked. You're wicked plus tax. This is the war room, guys. Thank everybody for joining. Guys, make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you invite somebody. Let them know that we're on. So, Zulieka, just after we done that program tonight, you are gonna have to clear the air. You're gonna have to go out there and speak to the people. If you have to apologize to them, I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know how you're gonna fix this, Good night, everybody. Good night, chat. Good night. Welcome. Moderator, welcome. Thank you for joining. Zulieka, just me don't know how you're gonna fix this. Me don't know if you can fix this because what you did was the biggest deception that I have seen in the history of modern politics. Say as a woman, me I go tell me hear people say woman wicked still, yeah, man, me hear people say woman wicked. And me never really have much for say still, but me I tell you tonight said this is the wickedest thing me ever seen in politics. Jess the deceiver. That's what me I call it tonight, Jess. Me sorry. Jess the deceiver. No, sir. Welcome back, everybody. Wanna tell the truth? Wanna take the member of parliament, Zulieka Jess, deceive the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth? If you were here last night, you would have heard me talk about the video that she put up, explaining to her constituents that she has no money. I'm sorry to tell you. It pains me to tell you, I have no money. Oh, she not have no money. The former member of parliament did not leave any money for her. That's what she tell the people then. But me I show you something right now. Zulieka just made a promise to the people. 411 come in here. Good night, 411. Zulieka just made a promise to the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth, guys, during the election. And she told the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth that she would be raising $2 million out of her own pocket. See, there, me not tell a lie upon her. I made that decision within the first 90 days of becoming your next member of parliament. I will be setting up a special welfare fund, and I have put $2 million of my own personal money to start the fund. Mark Golding playbook is the same thing she did. Same thing Mark Golding did. when he wanted the leadership of the PNP. That's what he told them. I've already raised $2 million to start the fund. And I'm going to get all sort of donation. She used Mark Golding's playbook to deceive the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth. People's National Party candidate for St. Elizabeth Northeast, Zulieka Jess, says she will establish a special welfare fund, if elected, to assist residents in need. Speaking at a party meeting in Black River, this was before the election, Jess told cheering supporters that the initiative would be funded by her personally and roll out within her first 90 days. It's been about 53 days since the election, but she said here that she had already, I have put $2 million of my personal money to start the fund. I'm going to let you see the video where she repeated this after the PNP lost the election. And I'm going to let you hear what she said real quick, okay? Then I'll come back with 411. This was her and Isaac Buchanan on an interview with Diane Jackson Miller. Diane Jackson Miller asked the question, PNP lost, you made promises, how it ever go now? Hear this.
No, the PNP thought it was going to win the election. So MPs like you, MP elects like you, would have been expecting that you would be in Parliament on the governing side with access to government resources and everything that comes with that. So all these promises you all been making to your constituents now, let me ask you first, Isaac Buchanan, how that work now when you're in opposition?
You hear the question? Listen to Jess now.
Always prepared for any eventuality. And so my leadership in the parish and in the constituency would say to you that I would have made it clear to them that I believe it is going to be a very close election. There are no guarantees in politics. And so against that background, I was very, very clear in terms of my own utterances. So for example, the programs and policies that I would have advanced, I would have said to them that I'm prepared to establish from my own personal resources a social welfare fund. I'm going to start the fund with $2 million of my own money. So regardless of the national outcome of the election, that social welfare fund is going to be in place for my constituents, those persons who need assistance with buying their grocery, with sending the children to school, paying the bus fare, those who need to buy the prescription, they will be able to access that regardless of the outcome of the national election. So for me and my people in Northeastern St. Elizabeth, we will be fine because we're going to be doing the things that we had committed to do regardless of what has happened.
2 million sounds like a lot, and once people start draw down on it and bills
it
start
goes
coming
in no
and
time.
grocery and back to school and everything that I got done. What happened when it finished?
I'm very happy you asked that question because I'm always at pains to say to persons that 2 million is what we're going to start it with. That's not what we're going to end it with. That is my personal commitment, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to be reaching out to investors and reaching out to other persons in the diaspora who have already given their commitment that they believe in the vision that I have for Northeast and they're willing to put their money where their heart is. And so I know, just as we have set up welfare funds in the past and they have been sustainable.
All right, that is what she said before the election, after the election. This is what she said yesterday. When the people them started going to her now saying, MP, you win, you can't help me with some of the things you promised. For example, she said she has the back to school fund. And I'm just gonna let you hear about 1 minute of what she said yesterday when the people them start to come to her now to what she promised them. Hear this, guys.
Matters because all of educated. Hi everybody, this is Zulieka Jess, Member of Parliament for Northeastern St. Elizabeth. It's been a little while since I've given you an update on the state of the constituency, and that has been deliberate because I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. But in light of recent events, I think I have a duty to update you and to let you know the current state of affairs as presently exist. Many of you have been reaching out for assistance with educational grants, textbook vouchers, etc. I know that you know that the constituency would have been allocated $5 million to deal with educational matters. Unfortunately, we do not have any money left in our CDF to deal with these activities because all of our educational allocation would have been utilized by the previous member of parliament. And so we don't have a dollar in the Constituency Development Fund left to achieve.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. She said she not no money to give them no back to school help, no book voucher, something. She also said in this video that she did not have any more money to give them any assistance with the storm that is coming. She keeps saying, I have no money, I was given no money, there's no money in the CDF. So Michelle and Karen, good night, both of you ladies.
Good evening, JPU family.
Good evening, JPU Royalist 411. I hope everybody's safe and secure. Looking out for Melissa.
And those who are only here to listen.
So you ladies, you wanna chip in? Cause me don't talk already. Said just the biggest deception this me ever seen in the history of politics. So, want to take the floor? What do you think about this?
We shall go first.
People about pressure, man. They want what them promise.
So I remember Andrew Holness meeting somebody somewhere, a man, a PNP man, who thought he was doing an excellent job, but he might go for PNP. So I think the Prime Minister said to him, so are you going to give away sure for unsure? What did he say? He said, yes. You don't know what they want if he want to come with enough, but he might go give away sure for unsure. The people of Northeast St. Elizabeth, I used to live in that constituency, and the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth would have had slowly, and when we went down there, Karen will tell you shortly, that for the persons who were in Brace River, Silo, did we go to Balaclava? No, Silo, Brace River, and Bogue. They were saying that slowly was working and they weren't sure how the election would turn out if it was called. The strong PNP people said that, right? Them say ma fix road, them a do this, them a do that, and so on. Another group of people, where was that? Goshen? They were south of the main road that run through St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland. And they were PNP people, and we never believed them really. But them said that them not see no road fixing on years, right? There's only one set. But the others that we met, other people, and they also said that when it got to him for help,
Lord, so sorry, I apologize, sorry.
A lady in a shop told us, several of them, that when she went to him for almost back to school, this is slowly,
Yeah.
not hesitating, help people, ask which party you vote for him. Business was not like that. So they had good things to say about him. So the people in just now is somebody that came from Central Clarendon. Them not know her from Adam. She not come from the parish. The councillors brought her in, introduced to them, and they were kind of lukewarm by all accounts. But by the time the election come on, they decide now they're going to be sure, she unsure. So she went and promised them this $2 million that she said she's prepared to take out of her own pocket. Meaning to say, whether I win or me lose, you're going to get that. That's what she's saying,
Yeah.
The strange thing is that if she had $2 million to set up and it didn't matter whether she win or she lose, why was it contingent on them, on her winning in order for that money to set up? So the people should have smelled the rat from them. But they never smelled the rat. Now you heard her, strangely enough, came back on the Jackson, if I remember right, they were the first one on our program. I think it was the day after the election.
Mm-hmm.
And she repeated the money, and she also said the money was to buy like groceries and sending children to school and buying prescription. And that you say no. Groceries. No. She's going to come tell the people about CDF money. The $5 million grant for textbook, that would have spent because that would have been from September. So she wouldn't expect to go find any. The question is, why are the people asking her for textbook now? What could be happening is that the PNP people refuse to go get the help because of labor right that is there. Now that the PNP is there, they are going to seek to get the help now for them children. And she are going to tell them now, say, there is no, I talk about CDF. She must forget now, I think them forget that she promised that she was going to take $2 million out of her own money go and find sponsors and overseas people and sustain this fund. She forget all about that. And I come tell the people and now say she don't have no money and the government no man. Listen to me, the laborites them down in the northeast St. Elizabeth supposed to dead with laugh after PNP people and supposed to shame.
Boy, I can't wrap my head around it. The story where she come with a pint to the CDF. She not say nothing at all in the whole video about the fund where she put to the people, where she promised the people.
And one more thing, when she
Why she
said,
just leave them say she not have money, she not have the phone or she not have the personal money?
no, but she said to the people that she's going to use her own money. So therefore she don't know, so she have her own money,
Yeah.
right? Next thing is, she said this money, she's saying that there's no money in the CDF. When she was promising the people, she would have known that there's no money there because she should have and ought to have checked. So she told them that she is going to do an affair her own personal money. In other words, she had about 10 or 15 or $20 million in a bank account, and she was going to take 2 million out of that and set up something. You understand? So she have the money. So why is it now that she's backing down? Because that is exactly what she's doing.
They know the same, but bad to bad. Bad to bad. Mark Golding did promise the people them $10 million. Granted, the people them never get no $10 million, but he try to one look of maybe one look of $5,000 voucher and them look of something if you not make it thing look too bad. Allow me I tell?
No, and what he did was to put it in a trust fund, which means that is only when the money, it's not the principal that is being used, It is whatever earnings that the trust fund makes. That is what he was spending out of. I suppose if him leave the PNP, he can liquidate it and take back in $10 million. That's probably why I set up that way, right? But she said that she could even set up a trust fund because she's an attorney. I think that she set up on the program, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means, of course, the people was only going to get what if it's a 10%, a 200,000 alone should have spent, right?
And
So
when Ian Jackson Miller point out to her that $2 million a little bit of money, she went through pains to explain that it is the starting money. That is just the
Yes.
starting money.
and she have people of foreign who
And some
prepared to
more people get for put
withdraw.
money on it.
And then
Yeah?
she not say she'll go to the people and go get the money. No man. Why she not just set it up with whatever money she has and then try
Yeah,
and build it up?
yeah, because they're supposed to get their first paycheck already. I don't think
Yeah.
just have no money to set up anything at all. It was a deception. They deceive people and convince. Well, that happened to them. People must not listen. You see, all of them in Northeast settlers that were quarrel over that Ryan can't reach out. Not that happened to them. This very said one who told us that she went to Mr. Stolen, get her books up, man, no fuss about the outside. Nothing. She told us pipe blank, so she'll give just a chance because she a PMP. So now I am just not going to say to her since she's going to be listening to this. Well, see, you take a chance from Jess on behalf of your picnic. We explain that to your picnic now.
Yeah. Not
You,
just
you,
not
when,
making
when
margin
when
from
you don't
Jess.
vote, you never think of your children. Your child, we have to send to school. You were thinking that you can vote for your party. Well, there you go. See your party there, your party just win. I would have vote for the party. I would have still out of power and just promised $2 million to start off with. And she can't even, she couldn't even come out and say, listen, well, I promised that I'd start with the 2 million, so I have the 2 million. It's not going to stretch far, but here, we're going to make sure everybody get a little something out of something until something come in. Not even that she couldn't come up with.
And she said it's out of her own pocket. She never said it come from
Besides it,
CDF.
so she don't have to wait for it. It's a matter of transferring money from one account to the next.
Lord God.
And that's fair
Now
to them,
this,
man. You
now
see,
this is
I
an
can
occasion where
it
a
might
petition would have worked nicely for just withdraw her backside. And I bet you she
yes,
will try that again.
yes. If we'd have a system of how people can recall the members of parliament, this would be an ideal case to recall her.
This
You
is
know?
terrible. This is terrible.
Of course it's terrible. But that happened to them. What did they expect? They weren't listening to reason. Nobody was listening to reason. Everybody was all up into them. Boy, we're going to vote for PMP because we are PMP and who I would party for win. Well, there you go. There, your candidate, your PMP candidate won. You have nobody else to blame, and then she can come out and she can tell them that government will give her the money. Government give her money, of course. Government give them money, but so what if government will give them the money? They vote for she. They never vote for the Mr. Oldest government. They vote for change government.
And
Yeah.
she said she had the money, so then I take no risk.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
She never tell them about no CDA money when the CDA
No,
for
no,
the
no,
time she have
no,
thing there.
no,
She tell
no.
them to
I'm stuck
have
with her
fun.
now. I'm stuck with her now for 5 years and then can't move her.
Them can't do nothing about it. So every little suffering going to take them, she will come up with excuse after excuse. But I want to point out so that the people who listen and watching can understand this. It is a strategy by the Rise United MPs, started by
Yes.
Ian Ailes. He was the first one to utter those words. I understand that when he won, one of his first meetings was with the Negril Chamber of Commerce, and they were trying to pin him down to ask him about some things they've done, and his response was, "If the government give you the money," and yes, that was his response. That he will get things done if the government give him the money. Him getting $20 million a year. Him don't get him first $20 million yet. As soon as it allocated to them, we're gonna tell you. So each of them get $20 million. And the amount of money when them spend to get the vote. But people must also understand something, viewers and subscribers, JPU family, and let me tell you something. People must understand this. One of the reasons we spend so much time on social media trying to educate the voting public was because of things like these, which made us spend so much time to tell why we need to think very carefully and vote for the community and vote for the families. It was things like these. They never told you that they will only be able to help you if the party is in power. They couldn't run that risk and tell you that. So they prefer to deceive you, to tell you that your MP that you voted out now function and you must now vote for we. Because they couldn't tell you the truth. They couldn't tell you, say, every one of your resources, and your drain, your road, everything is run through government funds. And as your member of parliament, I am responsible for going to get those funds and secure some of those funds for you. They couldn't tell you that. They make it look like they are the ones who are going to find money for your well-being. And you bought that without question. So you can't blame nobody for whatever them tell you now. So yeah, they like string up Jess. They like string up Jess for sure. But we told you, everybody was telling you that you must make good choices for the family and the children. Because the choice you make, you're not going to be able to change it for 5 years. And you got that one opportunity you say, I can't come under this program. And yes, we can beat up Jess and point out all the things that she said that she was going to do. But the voters who elected her must not get off the hook. They must not be let off the hook because they are this 2025 voters, the 2025 voters, the voters that participated in the 2025 elections, are the most informed voters ever
That
in
is true.
Jamaica's history.
That
They
is
have
true.
information at the tip of them fingers to find out what is true and what is a lie. And we said it. You see him one down on artist, settle better. Uno tell we, uno PMP people, say boy, Mr. Slowly at work. Him a do him thing, and him no bias. Him now work with just JLP, and him a work with both sides, my helper. But uno say so, we say so, we don't know. And uno said that, and then went and did something else. What you want us to do? Sorry for uno. Well, I hope that Melissa spare everybody life. But if you never get washed out, I saw it go. If roof will blow off, I saw it go too. Mine might all blow off too, we don't know. But I'm saying that you must think about the choices that you make when you have an opportunity to make to make that choice. And you are given the opportunity. So Jess can tell as much lie as she want now. She went on national television and she said this. She said, I am going to set up what she call it? Social something like that.
Social welfare.
A social welfare fund. And I'm
Yeah.
going to start with my money. $2 million of my money, ready money. And
Mm-hmm.
when the twist mouth woman, Diane Jackson Miller, point out to her that 2 million is not enough, she counter it by saying it is just a start. So Who didn't believe, as would all of us, that when she said that, when she said it the first time to all of you when she campaigning, who don't believe that when she win the $2 million that immediately? Of course, who have voters that who not believe. But
Sorry,
I
me da wonder to myself when me hear her yesterday. I say, you know the people them a come to her about book and voucher and them a time of year, yeah.
yeah,
Me
man.
nah,
People
me
say,
nah, me nah know. So she did go. They go promise the people them this or something. Yeah. So it all coming together now. Me I say what a cruel thing.
yes,
You
it
come out
is.
now and tell the people them say boy the CDF the no money no left in there. You know. I will tell
But,
her if you go do them sitting there, man.
but when she that promised them, she never mentioned nothing about CDF, did she? Michelle?
No, but me never have her as that type of person doing that shot me, you know.
Oh, well, I'm a politicians and I'm a risers. That,
You know.
that the combination of those two things always result not good. The result is not good. When you're a politician, a riser at that, not good.
And
Not
you
good.
know, boy, me I tell you, I'm sorry for the politician them because when people do things like this, it just whitewash the whole thing.
Mm.
Let me just replay the video for those who are just joining. Hold on a second, ladies.
The PNP thought it was going to win the election. So MPs like you, MP elects like you, would have been expecting that you would be in Parliament on the governing side with access to government resources and everything that comes with that. So all these promises you all been making to your constituents now, let me ask you first, Isaac McCann, how that work now when you're in opposition?
Always prepared for any eventuality. And so my leadership in the parish and in the constituency would say to you that I would have made it clear to them that I believe it is going to be a very close election. There are no guarantees in politics. And so against that background, I was very, very clear in terms of my own utterances. So for example, the programs and policies that I would have advanced, I would have said to them that I'm prepared to establish from my own personal resources a social welfare fund. I'm going to start the fund with $2 million of my own money. So regardless of the national outcome of the election, that social welfare fund is going to be in place for my constituents, those persons who need assistance with buying their grocery, with sending the children to school, paying the bus fare, those who need to buy the prescription, they will be able to access that regardless of the outcome of the national election. So for me and my people in Northeastern St. Elizabeth, we will be fine because we're going to be doing the things that we had committed to do regardless of what has happened.
Textbook vouchers, etc. I know that you know that the constituency would have been allocated $5 million to deal with educational matters. Unfortunately, we do not have any money left in our CDF to deal with these activities because all of our educational allocation would have been utilized by the previous member of parliament. So we don't have a dollar in the Constituency Development Fund left to address educational matters. I know that some of you are aware as well that the constituency would have been given an additional $3 million for the purpose of tertiary tuitions. Again, regrettably, there is no money left to deal with any such matters because all of those funds were utilized by the previous member of parliament. So in total, the constituency was allocated $8 million for educational matters.
She talk about how the government allocate and was spent by the previous.
That's
Jesus.
us, but that's us rocking back on. She don't have anything to rock back on.
Boy, oh boy.
So
No,
people will be
Karen
suffering.
and Michelle, when you see the news today, make we switch gear because this me call her the wickedest one in the politics, you know. I right this me have left it. We are the wickedest one in the politics. You never see nothing like this yet. Have
Uh,
you?
no, sir.
Okay then. Moving on. Mark Golding met with the Prime Minister today, and the Prime Minister and his cabinet, they were around a table, and Mr. Golding, him there with Julian and a few others. So I guess he eventually got his wish to meet with the Prime Minister at a time now when we have a natural disaster. But there was no one-on-one meeting. I don't think they spoke about constitutional reform, but they met. You don't have anything to say about that?
Yeah, well, that it's a good thing when you have an impending possible national national disaster. That's all the time for the Prime Minister need to call him and meet with him. No other time.
Lord
They call,
God.
and that's all the time the Prime Minister for call him. With something like this happening, Prime Minister need to call him, like him and him gang come, like him and him set of unhealthy looking people who want them look so unhealthy and unfit. And let them come at that time. It is a good time to call them. They could talk about what could possibly happen and what we're supposed to do. That's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they look happy. They seem like maybe wanna feel like they're a part of something involving something.
Yeah, but you see, them have this attitude about them where them feel like them have some kind of power. Because somebody a fool them up. I tell them that them have power. Because of 28 of them now. And a 28 bank book, and there's 28 of them. And them just feel like them have like a power and them that try bounce it around a little bit like them can't frighten nobody. I think them coming back down to earth now to realize that them not really have no power. And the Prime Minister will sit down with them at his own whim and fancy. And in the case of a natural disaster, an impending natural disaster has the potential to hit the country, there's a good time to sit down with them. Let them share the burden of that, because that is a burden, and it's a burden that all of them should share. So if it's just a meet when them want to come see it on television that them sit down in the room, then them get that. Let's see what them going to do with that. Normally some meet like that, the leader of the opposition would have come out afterwards and said, the Prime Minister and I agree that this is an impending national disaster and we are going to work together. But you're not going to get that from him. So I don't expect that from him. I really don't expect that from him.
So him
You
is
know?
just one day in the room or what?
That's why in the room. Him just want go like him have some kind of power. And go like people have to talk to him. You know? And him pushing him luck and him don't even understand how much him pushing him luck with all of this. It is the thing to do in the in the best interest of the country. The Prime Minister inviting them to sit at the table to look at this impending natural disaster that could be upon us in a couple of hours. So it is within the nation's interest for the Prime Minister to invite them. But I don't believe that him, as leader of the opposition, and those that accompany him, and Cliff, you said an amazing thing that I find so on point and precise. You know
I'ma
what?
do it.
That yeah, man, go away, man. You lose, you lost. Go away, go hide yourself. Don't stop chat, but I mean stop chat. But not that extent that they keep yourself quiet. You know this, but this is the point. This is the point of our natural order of governance. When after that meeting, him should come out with a little press briefing to say we had a meeting with the Prime Minister and his team regarding this impending natural disaster, and the Prime Minister, we agree with the Prime Minister on certain points that we need to prepare and we need to do this, and him should be rallying his part of the country, the risers them and the people who went out and vote for them. Him should be out doing a press briefing to rally that part to say to them, well, we had a meeting and we think that this thing is serious and we're encouraging everybody to do their part, help your neighbor, stock up on water, keep yourself safe. But him not going to do that, you see. Any other leader of the opposition would have do that.
Well, on the Karen, let me just show the image real quick. I wonder if oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so they had a chance to meet and I don't know what they talk about my love because and I don't like that. If you're gonna have a meeting, like you said, come out and tell the nation what to talk about when they just want a photo ops, don't it?
Yeah, this is a things if you say him in the room and the prime maybe him got boss what him says he had to call us and we had to be there. But he's not helping the nation. Him never got to help Jamaica. Him got it because him think him have some power and him deserve to be in the room and have the meeting. Has he said anything since he came out of that meeting? Has he had a press briefing which would be the normal, natural thing for an opposition leader to come out and say, well, we met with from the opposition office to say, did he do anything of that?
I
Huh?
don't, not to my knowledge, Michelle.
Did you say anything of that, Michelle? Because we don't want to jump to conclusions if he did. But that would be the normal, natural order of things for him to rally his people to say to them, we had this meeting with the Prime Minister, and in the best interest of our nation, we all need to work together on this, to look out for each other and to do our best to make sure we look after the vulnerable and all of that. Did he come out and say something? Because that would be what the leader of the opposition would say after you get this meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
well, I
just want the meeting to say the daddy. And him had to have the meeting because them have to have meeting with him because at 28 him have no. And you must meet with me. And with him look at bully tactics. Did he? I don't know if he did. I don't hear a thing.
Michelle, yeah,
I
you are
don't know.
saying anything?
No, I don't know. I don't follow them up.
Okay.
But did you see anything in the news that him do a press briefing or something?
Well, may I look on him page. May I go in a Twitter now, look on him page
Yeah,
and see if he
what do you do if him say something? Because what's the purpose of being a part of this meeting? The Prime Minister and the Minister in charge of this possible impending thing speak regularly on it, and you, the leader of the opposition, went into the room and you don't come out and say nothing. You don't come out and say nothing because you don't want to look like you work with the government. You don't want to look like you back up the things we need to get back up. Them still a campaign, them still upon this divisive campaign thing. So if him don't come out and say something, the Prime Minister have no responsibility to talk to him further about this.
Then him
No
now go and talk
responsibility.
about constitutional reform. This is just the pending start.
Listen,
So
no man.
I'm going to request another meeting again after this over
Yeah,
with.
yeah. But well, we don't reach a part there. You reach a part there because I mean, Cliff, you said it. Cliff, you said it so eloquently. They have no experience or understanding of how the internal party machine will work in the PMP, how the thinking of the PMP works. They have no experience and no knowledge of it. Because if they did, they wouldn't be making such a fool of themselves in Parliament. I wouldn't reach a part there yet. But
Mm.
if he him talk about him want meet him get to be included in the natural disaster thing and him leave it at that. Him just go sit down and
Mm.
look. And then the spokespersons and these kind of things. And not them to speak, him to
Mm.
speak. Him
But
to come out.
before I start taking some calls, Karen, what do you think about Warmington Galangins over the past 3 weeks?
Lord have mercy, Mark, my woman tell him, he was a galang. So I never know where to start with Warmington. It's just one thing me and him disagree on. That whole thing about people having passport, sit in the parliament. No, Warming, that won't work. People's loyalties have to be very clear if you're going to serve in the parliament. And whether you have ambitions, yes or no, you're a lawmaker. And if you have a passport for Britain or Canada or the US, you have shown some loyalty to them as well. And those loyalties will now split. And them can require something to be done in the parliament and call you up and say, yo, you have a passport to walk on down with. We need for you to talk on this, or we need for you to push for that on
Mm.
our behalf because you are walking on without a passport. No, Wami, you're wrong upon that one. Normally I back up Wami, but I can't back you up on this one. This one is a no-no. Not well.
All right, so me I want the phone line look a bit. I don't know if a few people them are call or my people them are phone and people them
No
phone.
matter
Put
our
out
people.
our people, yeah, phone and you put out one video where everybody are talk about.
Yeah.
With the one where you were talking about how the conduct of the new people in the parliament and how the speaker of your work overtime for teach them how to do how to operate and how the parliament functions. So guys, the phone line is open if you want to contribute to the program tonight. If you have anything to say about the topics that we raise here, that is the WhatsApp number on the screen. You can go ahead and call. Boy,
Now I
I know
wanted to say something
it's
further
life for
about.
Juliet, you know. When I tell me, I say, boy, she forget a raise up here because what a headache.
Mm-mm. I wanted to say something further about Jess.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Now we do more than one videos warning the people of Northeast St. Elizabeth that Jess is a riser, right?
Yeah.
On the program, I think it's on this program she was, or on maybe it was a video that she made where she talked about how I think it's on the program with Dion Jackson, how, she was in the constituency with the people and she moved in the constituency. She's now living there. And no event, hardly any event miss her. Every funeral, every night, every graduation, she's there. You want bet me on the money she not turn up on no more? Uno must try and invite her to a church service and see she turn up, right? Because she not gonna turn up because she knows I'm not gonna ask her about the money for the grocery. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Invite her to another night and tell her, say, ma, so and so dead and see she turn up. What you joke?
Mm-mm. Well, guys, the phone line is gonna be open in 5 more minutes. If nobody calls, then we'll just wrap it up. Yeah, what she did was just cruel is an understatement. But as you guys said, I find it so hard to sympathize with the people who went to her asking for the book voucher and the school supply and the this and we cannot sorry for them. Hello, good
Not a
night.
clue.
Welcome.
Um, I'd like to speak about the Mr. I wasn't here in the first part. I wasn't here at the first part. I don't know if you spoke about it. Mr. Golden eating in Parliament.
Okay.
I'd like to hear Karen's view on it. I've never seen that in all my living life.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Karen.
I don't even know where to start with that rotted cup.
Is it
I,
prohibited to
I
eat in
mean,
Parliament?
oh,
People are prohibited from eating in the Parliament, right?
I don't know if it's a rule. It should be. But even so, I have never seen it happen. Never ever.
I,
That means it's a
I
rule.
have
If
standing
you never
orders
see it, it's
from
a
going
rule
to look.
then.
I don't know if it's a rule. Is
I'm
that a rule?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
going to
it's a
look in.
rule. Where's that, Michelle?
I have the standing orders. I'm going to look now and see, but maybe I have to let me see.
Well, I'm going
Okay.
to look at the standing orders, Michelle. I
Yeah, just
watched
a
this
minute.
white man sit down in our parliament filled with black people. That him think him have some entitlement to because a few people them build the parliament. And a few people them write the rules of the parliament. And I watch him behaving like every dirty, nasty slave owner behave. Eating and scratching them crotch and spitting and doing all kind of things. That image is what came to my mind.
And pick out
Seeing
his
it.
teeth.
Yes. And I go out, okay, I think
And
I
I
pick
lick
out
off his finger.
Jesus have mercy on our soul.
Karen.
Jamaica. No, Jamaican voters, wanna see what you save yourself from? Huh?
Karen, me think say Boris Johnson did terribly, When Boris Johnson get up and a comb all him head.
Well, the British Parliament is the kind of thing where you can get up and pass a comb through your hair. And a matter of fact, the act of passing the comb through your ear in the British Parliament or in the British system of operation is considered a gentleman thing to do. So the British strange, right? But eating, no.
That
Eating,
was that wasn't eating.
no.
That was pigging. We call that pigging out. It was pigging out in the
Jesus
parliament.
mercy.
Never
The
seen
man
that.
sit down like him having a beer with somebody. He was in the parliament sitting down like him having a beer with somebody and him eating either peanut or grape or something and just sat there knowing that the cameras are in the parliament but have no regards at all for
And
our
I talk
parliament.
and I talk with food in my mouth.
And this display, and I keep going back to this, and I want people to understand when I say this, this kind of behavior from him is not just a disrespect to the parliament and the procedure. It is also a disrespect to the Speaker of the House. Him have it in for Juliet Wallace. Him want to show every opportunity him get, him want to show him disgust. Him call her disgusting, which is now his new word for calling her a black nigger.
Jesus.
I'm him call her disgusting. Trump them word is dog and DEI, which is the replacement word for the N word. So
Yes.
his word is disgusting. It's more than one time him refer to the Speaker of the House as disgusting. Some more rules need to be instituted in the Parliament with some dire consequences for the breaking of these rules.
So our next caller here, hold on. Hello, caller. Good night.
Natalie,
Yes, you're live.
you hear me, Natalie?
Yes.
You see all over East Portland,
Mm-hmm.
them better pray, go down and pray to Father God that this time make a change, because you see if it come, me don't know what going to them down there, because no Anne-Marie Vaz are there. This is one where they know they not going to even see him. So them are go ball pan Andrew Holy Spirit, do this and do that, which name vote out Anne-Marie. Who are going to help them now?
All right. Well, them probably I hear you. Thank you.
Them better hear me and then go down and then pray.
All right.
I don't know if I am telling them I use Portland there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Hello. Good night.
Yeah,
You're live.
yes. I'm saying that you're talking about Zulieka Jess, but what about Ian Ailes? In the epicenter of criminality that man representing, I can tell you that.
Okay.
Those people that you see acting around now in the PNP party don't want to make it look like when PJ and Omar Davis and all of them, there is something they're representing.
Okay. So
In case there should be government, you can see it right happening in front of your very eyes.
okay. So what about Ian Hills?
You know, see the video that he got and say he got the person to clean the drain, volunteering, and the government did not give them no money yet.
Oh yes,
While
I
they
heard
acted in
that.
the cleaner as the cartoon where they used to send message all the time with Mark Gold and stand up with it and go like, oh, all the drain gonna close, clogged now, and they're gonna be flooding and Melissa coming.
Okay. Well, the government already, well, Glean, I should say, already published that the government allocated twice the amount that they would for the disaster, which is 400 million. So, Ian is saying that lie was mashed down immediately. But thank you, though.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, good night. Hello.
Good night, Natalie. Good night, Miss Karen. Good night, Miss Michelle. How are you guys doing? Hope everything is okay.
Fine, thank you.
Great, thanks.
Natalie,
Yes.
every day, every week, I'm reminded, and I'm so happy that we rejected it. You mean every day something happened, then say something they never say, then do something they do, and like me say, Father God, we just glad to Jamaican people reject them. Because some of the simple things that I see that they're doing, I'm saying to myself, these people don't really care about anybody. They don't care about Jamaicans. All they want, they want just the money and the power. That is all. And the worst part about it, I mean, they don't have any shame. They don't have no shame. I'm just to myself, we're just glad we reject them. It's just being foolishness every day. The only thing I can say though, because I remember a few weeks ago we were talking about the third term, before the third term, a lot of people had said, I know the government never really didn't just let them go with the lines. And a lot of people believed it. I must say, this has been a changing point where once somebody come up with something, this is a press conference, or this is somebody that come on and say no. So I'm very happy with that part.
In other words, the government has improved their communication.
Yes, they have.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, they have. Because I'm seeing where even in virtual, he come up, oh, I had to step out of parliament to say this and advocacy that has caused the repairs and fought. I just grab and I look and I see a video same time from Minister Nestor to say, I come out to say that people need to stop the foolish because you just basically get elected almost a month ago. You feel like say, your so-called advocacy could get work, but no, miss, I don't say it work.
Them not understand.
Instead of saying to myself, we apply for one job and they don't know nothing at all. Every week, we watch Parliament, I never can teach them what the right system. If I can teach them, you have to read the word of the standing order. It's like a message to myself, when you come on board, I'm not on the tools. And we can stay up here then for what? Then not even can read the standing order and understand what it says.
You think Warmington are going good?
Where's the order?
If you think Warmington are going good helping with the standing orders, are my overdo it?
Yes, no, I don't think so. The reason why I said that is because you have to put something like, nothing, because I'm about to achieve it, so, if you not do that, people are going, is that it make people want to brush up their skill, whatever they feel like they know what, nobody know what one can carry on. Whether government or opposition. So it's basically keeping them on their toes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
So I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, man.
But take care of yourself. God bless.
Yeah.
All right. And be safe, Jamaica.
Yes.
Bye.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Hello. Good night. Hello. Good night.
Right. Listening to your program, enjoying it.
Thank you.
Now, there's a question I would like to ask. Going after losing election, when the people reject him, keep saying that the Caribbean Court of Justice is what he wants. Now, the point is, if the Jamaican people are not qualified to select the court they want, but they were smart enough to he want them to vote for him as Prime Minister, what sense does that make?
That's very interesting. Thank you. Is that a question you want us ladies to answer? You want Karen answer?
Yeah, I would like her to address it.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Hold the line there, guys. Karen, you hear the question?
What was the question again?
If the Jamaican people them smart enough to vote in a prime minister, or them not smart enough to decide which final court they want to go?
Because Mark Bolin playing a game. And an excellent question from the caller.
Yeah.
Excellent observation. Excellent observation. But Mark Bolin playing a little game. As I said, I go like him have power and him can make things happen. And him not going to support the government on this matter of our republicanism. Because him not going to get this Caribbean court matter. Because nobody don't want a Caribbean court. And him not, no matter what the government put forward, him going to reject it. And him going to come out and give all kind of statement. And him going to go on with all kind of antics. Because him don't want it to happen. That's all there is to it. So nothing he does is genuine. Everything he does is calculated. And it's calculated to make him look good and make the Prime Minister look bad. And but him going to get outplayed. Him just don't know it yet. And I won't say anything more on it. Him going to get outplayed. Because, well, like I said, it's one thing. If them don't come to a conclusion about it, there's always a referendum. And the Jamaican people will speak. And the same way them reject him as Prime Minister, they'll reject his little white British raw ass and throw him out with him damn Caribbean court foolishness. Same way they'll reject him with that.
Ouch. All right, call back.
Yeah.
That is a good question, though.
Yeah, man, was an excellent observation.
Mm-hmm.
Like he don't want, what he wants is because this argument about the 2/3 majority, and the government will have the 2/3 majority, and that would need opposition help. And it's not going to happen. And the sooner the government come to the conclusion and realize that, yeah, them can discuss, everybody can have a discussion about it. He wants a one-on-one with the Prime Minister. At some point, the Prime Minister will have a little talk with him, but the Prime Minister under no obligation to have that anytime soon. What's like how the Prime Minister know have a disaster to deal with? He no need to chat to nobody but Jamaican people. And the Prime Minister must flex him muscle and know say but the Prime Minister not Mark Golding. So you follow Mark Golding. So therefore, him have the Jamaican people to deal with, him have to deal with Mark Golding. I'm inviting me in today. Like that.
Okay, welcome caller. Good night.
Hello, good night. My little input is just that I want to ask a question. I want to say this. Next time Mark Golding walk out of Parliament, he should not get any pay. And the whole of them should not get any pay for that month.
For the month?
Yes, for the month. He should not get any pay for the month. The whole of them should not get any pay. Next time he walk out again.
Him say it was a last resort. Him never have no other way for sure. So rare.
We take some vex because she lock off for him, Mike. Have you turned off my mic? Have you turned off my mic? And then he storm, take up in paper and come out. You know, me tell nobody to come with him.
I am bad. I'm oats, man. Oh, what a ranking black girl to come lock off mic for me. Or my man and my 4 parents and build the parliament. And that's a gripe him, man. That's a gripe him.
No, but Karen, me did I say, look here, you see, if the whole of the MP, them, the 27 of them, they just sit down and make the man go on. I treat them more politics is nice again.
Because he never understand people, you know. Him just take up and thing, him walk out.
Yeah.
If them say the idiot, them me say them fool is a shame before the whole of them sit down in and seat and make your man go on.
I met a man in True Value, Nehemiah. Good night, Nehemiah. It was lovely meeting you, sir. And Nehemiah said, quietly beside me, can you imagine a group of black men and women walk out following behind the white man in this 21st century in our parliament?
Oh, God.
Have mercy. Them should be ashamed of themselves. All of these black men.
That is what is disgusting.
Now tell you. But here's my thing now with the walkout. Before Michelle talk, and Michelle have a lot of stuff to say about the walkout. Can be a Michelle talk about that. If I was them, all 27 of them, I would get comfortable shoes. Because they're going to be walking out a whole lot.
You might walk out again, though.
They're going to do a whole for walking out, so them better get comfortable shoes. Because nobody's going to take no crap from them. And nobody not playing that picnic game with them are playing. That whole clown show with the world them come to see who can be the best clown and who can be the greatest clown. Nobody on the government side is going to humor them on that. Did you see that video with Andrew Wheatley's face when Omar Newell, that thief, that criminal, that Bunting tell Lawrence Wolf for watch film?
Oh, jeez.
Bunting give Lawrence Wolf the job and tell him go down and go watch Newell, I'm a thief. Yes. And him they are pontificate the parliament like if they are parliament long time and him know the standing orders and him know the rules. Well, at least him smart enough to get up and give a 5-minute speech and sit him ass down. But Michelle deal with Chris Brown, but I think Chris Brown have some kind of mental issues. Him not understanding what the speaker is saying.
Lord God.
So them need to get comfortable shoes so them can walk out as often as they desire. Because that black woman that sits at that desk with a gavel in her hand, that educated, smart black woman, a girl from Spanish Town who used to sell plastic bag in a Spanish Town, is going to lock off that white bitch. Forgive me, language. They're going to lock off him mic every time him try to disrupt the parliament. Lock it off. Because the Speaker of the House have a responsibility to maintain order and decorum and that the standing orders are obeyed in the parliament.
Karen, Maxine says she will lock off your mic.
I'm sorry, Maxine, my apology. You see, because I know what is... I'm sorry, viewers and listeners. I'm sorry. But because I know what him is about, and I know that Juliet Holness is really riling him up. Every time Mr. Juliet Holness, him want to kill himself, him want to hang himself, because him raping black wife, sex her off for the whole her life up there as the daughter of a helper. Got her pregnant, refused to marry her, forced to marry her, get 3 children with her and keep her up there in the dark like a slave. Don't teach her nothing. Don't give her a car. Don't teach her to drive. Don't give her a bank account. That's his belief of where black women should be. That's his belief. She's a black woman and that's her place. So him can't stand Juliet Holness, and God help him in there. He better buy comfortable shoes and bring a whole of peanut or whatever it is he was eating. Because every time him try to bully him way through the rules and the standing orders, which the speaker have a responsibility to oversee and maintain. Every time him try to do that, he might going to get locked off. And the black woman is going to lock off the white man, Mike. I can't. No speakers. All right, all the black women for the program. Who to say hooray, man? Hold on, the say hooray. Make me say hooray.
Karen, I'll lock off the mic and take that call. Yeah. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Nan.
What?
Oh, go on.
We're there.
I have a question. I may direct it to Karen or 411. Both of them can give their intake on it. In Westmoreland, the people them have got through a really rough time down there, and knowing that they have a prime minister, former prime minister, Mr. Patterson, who used to be MP for down there for several decades. Why is it that the people are suffering so much down in Westmoreland? And a second one, because we see where over in McNeil this evening, TVJ News, where you have a whole heap of paddler water and people must say, boy, they have to go use boat and all kind of something. You know, how is that Mr. Patterson really look after the people them down there to be in power for so long? And a second one that why is it that only the PNP MPs them balling out that they don't get any, they don't have any money? We see Ian Ears, and we see Miss Jess, and we see Omar Newell since night TVJ News him now saying that he don't get no money. Knowing that the Minister of Local Government went into press briefing today and said that they have the emergency fund, and plus the municipal corporation making their own money where they can spend to do all of these work. So let me hear your ladies' input on these.
Thank you for calling. Karen, when has it ever been? Can I ask somebody this earlier? When has it ever been where MP get money in their hand? It goes off for you? They must say they not get me your years. Everybody else say they not get no money. I saw it go.
May I allow Michelle to say if she can answer some part of what the caller just asked, and then I will answer that for you. Michelle?
No, I don't have any clue about those things, to be truthful.
But remember, Michelle, you and I discussed it, Westmoreland is one of those places that still like white people, that still believe that they must bow to white people. Them love white people down at that place,
Yeah, them still have them plantation down there, all of them. They
yeah.
Still up
yeah, so them still suffer from those things. The plan from the riser MPs them have always been that, because them spend so much money buying votes. Them don't feel like them owe the citizens anything that voted for them, because them buy the votes. And they might have a point, because if I pay you $20,000 for your vote, you can ask me for nothing, because I buy your vote for 20 grand. I don't have to fix a road for you. I don't have to provide no water for you, because I paid you to vote for me. It's a service. It's a quid pro quo. You vote for me, I give you 20 grand. So you have the right to ask me for anything. So there is that. What them doing, and them start doing it from early, is to make people believe that the government not giving them resources. And what we have to do, every one of us on social media, is to remind every parish, every constituency, that each member of parliament gets $20 million. To remind everybody that when it comes to fixing road and drain and all of those things, that's government money. And government fix them through contractors, through councillors, and through various whatever organization. So we have to remind people of that. Our job is not complete. We still have to remind people of that. So when Minister Mackenzie announced $400 million, it means that every constituency will probably end up with about 5-6 million, Michelle. Yeah, about that?
No, I don't know. Jess was the one that said that. I think she said that she heard them going to get 3 million.
And about 5 million they're going to get each. Now that argument that about MPs getting money, somebody texted me today and said to me, say, "What my comrade sister, I can't go down a Sampars go get something." And it came to me when he texted me that there was a time, there were several mechanisms and several methodology to handle natural disasters and how you get foodstuff, for example, to people. There was a time during one disaster where the government said to MPs and councillors, all right, we can pay for some food for the people. So each of you can say, well, we can pay for it after. Can't give you the money now. So if you find a place that can give you, say, $500,000 worth of food, we will pay. We will take the cost of that and pay it afterwards. And the go-to place in Kingston and St. Andrew was Sampars, when there was the only location down there at 3 Mile. There's another one now. But the only location was at that time was Sampars in 3 Mile. I don't know if there were others. And every councillor, every member of parliament in the Kingston and St. Andrew had a relationship with Sampars. So they would go to Sampars and they would present their argument to them and say, them hear the government announce it, and the government announce it, and the government would say, yeah, we have given members of parliament and our councillors the permission. We are going to provide $500,000 for each constituency to get foodstuff. And they would go to Sampars and they would get the foodstuff and they would distribute or not distribute, so them thief it and can't give them friend and company. But by and large, it was in the first instance, an effective program. I was a part of that program at one point. We were going to Sampars, I would get up a rice and flour and oil. I would come back up here, I would sit on St. Mary's Church, I would bag it out in a rain and where everybody I walk around and distribute and make sure some people get some rice and some mackerel and stuff. The tricky part of that, why that became something that was not workable going forward, was that the MP and the council them thief. Because the government at that point, during that time, made a great error. The government used to send the money to the MPs, and then the MPs them don't pay Sampars. And then by the time something else come around, Sampars say, we not give you nothing. Because who with 250,000 or the MP would get the 500,000 and give Sampars 300,000 and say no get the rest. And then by the time something else come around and you want to get something from Sampars, Sampars say, we not do it. Because who know over 200,000 or the councillors themselves, who the MPs would have probably passed on the responsibilities to, and them don't pay the people them. So that did get mashed up. There was also another program, another path where the government said, yeah, we will find some food, but you find the locations, and then the government would pay some people directly. And that worked out fine, where people just go get them five, the government and the thing produce letters or something like that to the place, and them get those food stuff. That went on fine, but the idea of putting the money, giving the members of parliament, and usually afterwards the money to do it, that was to maintain the status quo and to make sure the thing go through the proper channels of power structure. Because everybody are one up and say, I'm here the MP. Me forget the money, or me the councillor, and me forgot get the money for pay the bill, and them rob the people and didn't pay the bill them. So that went to crap because of that. Other than that, I don't know of any other program where MP get money in them hands. There might be, and I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to understand what I'm saying and don't misquote me. There might have been occasions where government would give MPs a private money. Here's a 500. They might go somewhere and get a money to say, you have the constituency in a bad shape. Here is, and give him the money, or give him or her the money, or them have access to the money through some legit source. There might have been. We have heard that. We don't know how true it is. There might have been, but to take up money and hand over to them criminal MP, when the risers them, oh no, that well, but that won't get the money. So if Ian is a wait for get the money, that not going to happen. And them for find the money, and them tell people to come vote for them because they're going to do better. And them tell people that the other MP was no good. And them tell people that the other guy who run against them can't deliver what they need to get. So they must face it. So what them doing is passing on the problem to the government, because them don't want to face it. And if you might know, this is a whole collective thing. Why them doing it together?
Yeah, that was the last night.
Yes.
Me noticed it.
Yeah.
Karen, how about Ian Ears last night say, yesterday evening, Ian Ears tell CVM say, the government not have no money because them spend all right in an election.
Well, my only answer to that would be then Ian Hill must be the Minister of Finance.
Lord Jesus.
Ian Hayes must be the Minister of Finance. But them still running the whole political agenda. It's politics them a play. Them still a campaign. Is the
They don't
and
must say make them lose. I mean, they losing the way
yeah,
them do them
and nobody should,
politicians tell
yeah,
lie.
but nobody should stop them. Nobody should say
You
anything. Them
might
must
try to
continue
wheel,
exactly.
you may try wheel them way out of the promises what I make, that's all.
Oh,
Yes. They
okay.
must try to get themselves over it and pass out. All the promises when they make to the constituents, they must try to pass it on to the government. But let me say this. We should not trouble them. We should let them continue doing what they're doing.
Okay. All right. Call us the line. What we're gonna take a few more calls. Currently people them not chatting they like you.
Tell them I love them dearly. Tell them I love them
Now,
dearly.
now in terms of the what went on at the parliament with the Englishman,
Oh
I
yes,
don't
yes.
see, I was trying to do a general search and it's difficult to find, but they don't seem to have any rules about eating in parliament. That's probably why Juliet Warnes couldn't call him out, right? Well, they need to update the rules. You can't have cockroaches and ratter run around in the parliament. So if they go and drink something and them hungry and want to eat something and them diabetic and want to eat something, they need to go in the canteen or wherever them and go outside and eat.
But
You can't
Michelle,
sit down. You look like a grape. Him come and see him a take like he want to take the seat, the pip out of him mouth. And
but
him a
Michelle,
cheat. Hmm?
me and you and Karen say we have never seen nobody in a parliament do that yet. Do we really need a rule to tell us that we are Jamaican people who know say you know near anyway, going to church, go behave any kind of way? We
But
are
Mark and
disciplined.
Jamaican, Mark and Jamaican, them don't care about that. They must
But
do
they,
everything to degrade us.
We don't need to have it that in understanding order. We know so we not farmers. I work here, in front
no,
of
but
cameras,
they, no, but they, some persons in the chat to them say MPs, them eat biscuit or so. Them a thief and eat it though. Them not be blatant. The man is here sitting down and eat and a chop him out like that little, when we learn as children how to eat, right? We don't, that's not how you eat,
And
right?
I kick out your teeth and lick off your finger.
No, the man was in the parliament eating and chatting and listen every time the mic turned on the man a chat. Now he was speaking about the threat to democracy. Somebody send this video to that Englishman. There is only one threat to democracy in that parliament, and that is you. Every member of parliament was elected and put in that parliament by the citizens, them constituents. And when they get up to speak, how dare you come tell the people MP about Denise, you are not to answer any question until the member get ask his question first. No, listen. I want to listen to my people. The speaker ruled that the question was inadmissible because he's asking about contract of a minister who has nothing whatsoever to do with that, right? All him could, if she had allowed him to answer, he would simply say, listen, that is not my portfolio, so I can't help you, right? She would not allow the question to be put because the standing order says that the question cannot be put to the minister. Because him a chat, look like Sandra getting the rear end of the chicken feet them on in there. In chatting, and him a eat and him a clap him out and a eat and a chat. Pure that. So he claimed that he never get he said that he want to hear what the question was, right? And when Denise said she had something to say and the speaker gave her the floor, after the speaker make her ruling several times, right? He told Denise, we're not going to answer any question until the member asks his question first, because he wants to be read into the record that the government not paying any contractors. And nobody know whether that is true, yes or no.
I am the speaker.
No, him take over the parliament. He's the one that the speaker rule, he's the one that is going to determine who should speak. And they are not going to do any asking of any question. And because of that, I understand not the reason why when Juliet was asking any other question, because about 6 of them they line up, nobody said anything. So I said, hey, then forget. No. He gave them instructions. So he, as an MP, and chosen by the others to lead them as opposition leader. He thinks that he has the right and power to be telling them as MP and give them instruction at the parliament as to what and what they should do.
Let me share. Let me just play this real quick. One of our subscribers asked to see the video of him and Yamalika off his finger.
Asking, Madam Speaker, especially as questions are framed, for there to be some leeway in allowing the member, especially where the issue is already raised in the statement, as it was. And it was just in reference to that statement that the question was being framed. I'm asking, Madam Speaker, for some... Asking, Madam Speaker, especially as questions are framed, for there to be some leeway in allowing the member, especially where the issue is already raised in the statement, as it was. And it was just in reference to that statement.
And Lothan Cousins too. You know, say every time you're looking at the parliament while I'm in there, him always there on him phone. Then on a rules board that's in the parliament.
All of them. That's why I was telling.
Man.
That is why I was telling my listeners in that video that they must pay close attention to what the opposition MPs were doing. They were all in them phone and not listening.
Them not listening. Mm-hmm.
Holding them in them phone, head down in them phone, and then now then get up now. After the rulings explained to them, right? Then clearly not here. Right? I have to go do another video on the same because there's more to talk about. But Mark Olin is the opposition leader, but him seem to think that him should be speaker. Apparently think now that they moved from 14 to 28, he has power because him said things are more even now. I don't know what they're talking about. Right? And I think in the press conference he realized him said we're not going to make it a feature, this walking out, because I think them realized that Julieta go read her standing orders to them and she went cut off them mic, right? And they're going to be walking out more often, right? So then them have to use other strategies. What strategy they going to use?
Him said them have discussion about using other strategies.
I love to hear what that is.
Oh God. All right, I could take one call now. This person has been trying to reach us. Guys, please to give the live a thumbs up for me, please. Hello? Yes, good night.
Hello?
Welcome.
Good night, guys. Please to give
How are you?
Not the government. Good night.
Mm-hmm.
The government need to hold the councillors accountable for the money that they are getting for drain cleaning. It has been going on years, after years. You got money from June, the hurricane season starts in June.
Mm-hmm.
And you wait until the pandemic now, you're going to pressure the government for more money. So what did they do with all the money that they received? So the government must have set up a plan to hold them responsible for it.
Getting this man is doing a good job, tell the truth.
Great job, not great job. But they should hold responsible for it.
So what about accountability?
All right. There's the local government minister know that the money had paid over from June, right?
Yeah.
For the project. In no constituency, or in my constituency or other constituency, nobody have seen no drain cleaning or anything from June. Remember, hurricane season started from June.
Yes.
And no drain haven't been cleaned until now. The hurricane is out for Jamaica.
A month now, them attack say them not get no money and this man keep on and say him give them money.
But the money already paid months before.
You need to be audited.
They should be looking about and expecting storm at any time from now back until the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So they can't wait until the storm is on us to think about cleaning drain and expect the government to find more money to give them. So what they do with the rest of money? Just campaign and spend all money for election.
Them need to be audited. That's what 411 said.
Yes, man, they need to be audited because this has been going on for a long while. Because remember, we the citizens of Jamaica, we didn't know all this before that is so early they receive money for drain cleaning. We always think maybe it's when a pandemic because that is the time they come up and say, oh, they don't get any money.
But since Desmond took over, Desmond has been doing a great job in opening our minds and our eyes to what is going on that we didn't know before.
Yeah, but if they're not using the money to do what they're supposed to do, somebody need to ask them what is going on.
Exactly.
Well, thank you.
Because the MP not have any responsible for drain cleaning or whatever. So the MP hungry, they come for money, they talk to government and give them money. We now look for MP for clean drain, and the councillors then get the money. So you talk to your councillors about the money.
Thank you, Carla.
Okay, you're welcome.
411, please explain to the people, because I told JPU people them say I was gonna do a petition for the municipalities them to get audited, and we had a private discussion about the petition, don't you, Karen? And 411 said that there was no need to do a petition because go ahead.
No, man, you go.
The Auditor General. I think the Auditor General audit some of them. I think should be they have not submitted many of the councils. They have not submitted audited reports for years, right? I think she got report from Portland, Kingston, and St. Andrew. I think St. Catherine, probably Mandeville, because she had to look into that, and Hanover. I don't know what the situation is with Westmoreland, St. Anne, and the rest of them.
So right? Why you did tell me say it wasn't necessary to do a petition because they've already been audited? That's what you said,
yes,
right?
That's what you said. I looked it up and I couldn't find it in the Auditor General's report, because I'm almost sure there was some report where she spoke. I must look in the latest one I won before, where she spoke about which ones submitted audited reports and which ones didn't.
Okay.
Right? And then she spoke about the difficulties with some of these. Some of them don't have any voucher or anything like that, anything to show evidence that, look here, the government, you see, need to pass a law. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to penalize those persons who are responsible for preparing audits, right? When they fail to prepare audits, if you send them for a 1 year suspension without pay, or some month suspension without pay, that ought to straighten them out. And so rolling mortgage and care payment and all them stuff.
Let me take this call real quick. Hold that thought real quick. Hello, good night.
Good night, Nats.
Yes.
You guys having a wonderful program, and congratulations to you guys concerning your program.
Thank you.
And supporting the previous caller concerning the councillors, them complaining about not getting any money. For years, I've been singing this tune. It's a definite lie, all of them, whether the opposition or the supporting party is making a claim that they're not getting any fund. I used to be a councillor, and trust me, I get there when the reform just started. You see? And it is the corruption in the reform that forces me in my second year to tell themselves that I'm not seeking re-election.
Wow.
And I follow that. I follow the politics straight from that time after 2003 up to 2025. I migrated now, and I always there for practically the last 4 elections. I'm there. The only one that misses me is the by-election, and trust me, every councillor get money.
So you were a councillor until when?
98.
Oh, 98.
98 to 2003. I was there with Desmond McKenzie, Angela Brown-Burke, Bobby Montague, and a few others. You see, most of my colleagues, them died. Most of them died, and none of them leave the system. But I'm telling you.
So was it? So you said to the people them listening, say, I lie them, I tell anybody who said them not get no money.
Definitely lie, man. They get the allocation every month. Every month they get the allocation.
Oh, God.
And as the minister said, I support the minister 100%.
So now Scott is a liar then. It's lie, Mattel.
All of them are tell lie. All of them telling lies.
No, Scott came out to the media and said don't get no money,
Lie.
Yeah, man.
And they get that every month. Every councillor get every dollar every month.
Well, we need a paper trail system then, because if
That's
they
the
can
point.
come to them the
Because
lies there.
if they said I didn't get the money, the money should still be there.
The reason why I joined the politics to 1998, because I was different from the private sector. I spent 12 and a half years in the private sector from 1985 to 1997, the last day of 1997. I joined the politics the following year, 98. And that's the time the local government reform was ongoing. And that's the reason why I joined it as a bright young guy. But you see, when I get there and I saw the level of corruption, and after 2 years, it was so blatant that I have to use my own business money to even support my division at one point. And that's the time I decided I can't go back, because I will be depleting all of my business money in the politics.
Wow.
All of them get, because the money goes directly to me, who is the one who determine how much each councillor get when the allocation come. And that time, the taxes from the parish wasn't even coming in enough from the tax office at that time. It's after I left, they are getting even more. You see, every one of them, if I 10 of them inside it, all 10 of them bills. On the other hand, I could tell you, if the party that's in charge, we are in power, so to speak, the councillor might get a little bit more. But it's not too far off from the opposition.
So we are saying now them need reform.
There, everybody get at least $1 million each, and it's more than that going there every month.
Are you suggesting that there needs to be some local government reform?
Oh, was the reform already taking place?
Well, maybe they need more reform then. If it's still the same thing or worse.
You see, you see, everyone up, and that's what they keep on. I've been following it, even in my division. And when I went there, I was there in September for the election, and before I follow it up straight, and the councillor within my division keep on telling the people he's not getting any money. And I'm saying, well, the purpose of you not getting any money, but you are in it for a reason. And I know they get it. I know I was. I were there, and I know every councillor get the allocation.
Well, thank you for the information.
Yeah. So there's my Mackenzie sword, and I keep on telling friends and other associates around me, these guys are telling lies. So when this man come out and leak it in less than 7 days, 2 times he came out and said they need to stop it.
Well, them need to come out with the receipts and the paper trail, because if them can come out and tell such blatant lies, it means that there's no paper trail, don't it?
They're getting it. If it should be a one-on-one conversation, you would know.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you
God.
that.
Well, thank you so much for your call. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I will continue to call back and contribute to your program, man. I always listen to it.
Thank you so
when they're
much.
live are they delayed?
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Version. Yeah, okay.
The local government ministry is supposed to exercise more control over those councils. If a councillor is saying, I did not get any money, there should be an immediate investigation launch. Into every one of them will say so. First of all, you need to make sure that since I'm saying not get the money, you need to check to see if the money went out. If it did he spend the money? If him saying not get the money, then the money is there. So therefore, they're supposed to be able to show where the money is. If the money should be in the account, them should be sending to the ministry a monthly report of what they do with the money, what them get. And if them cannot do that, you cut them off. You cut them off.
This is serious.
You can't sit down and make man a talk about say, get the money, and all you can say is, you get money. Yeah, who them people going to believe? Because you're not doing anything. And if you don't have the power to do anything, go into the parliament, go get the power. Right? You send an investigation, him not get no money, bam, and you can't see the money. If you get the money, you need to now find out if you spend it. They need to have something where if the councillor or something is spent in the councillor's area, must sign off on it. So once him sign off on it now, right? If you're going clean drains, them should have pictures being taken of those drains before and after, right? So you can know whether or not the money was spent to do anything at all. You must have some ways of accounting for this money. And if them cannot send to you and tell you what them do with the money, right? I mean, a spreadsheet, them spend them upon this and then spend upon that. And this is what is in the account. This is the balance. And then send a statement from the bank showing that that is the real balance that is in the account. Just cut off the money.
I don't think well, I don't think the protocol of it is that, remember, these people are politicians, we have to be careful about some things. The minister himself cannot put into the public sphere that kind of information. But the people must demand that the CEOs at the respective the town clerks at the respective parish councils and produce to the public the facts about the money coming. I don't think the minister can actually do that.
Are you talking about the money that the minister sent to them from central government?
Yeah,
Did him send money to them? Don't you account for that?
That is available to the public, I believe, for the Ministry of Finance. Is a monthly thing them get for drain cleaning, but when it comes to the hurricane season, them get it because while you are on the phone, I just was checking with somebody. While when it comes to the hurricane season, there's an increase in that money that them get, and them start getting it from June, and as them progress, them get more and more. It's an outright blatant lie that both Scotty and the rest of them telling, and them know it's lie them telling, but them also know that Mr. That when come out and nobody now go, them know that money now for the money.
Well, I have a simple solution. I have a simple solution for the government. It's a drain cleaning. Transfer it from the parish councils and give it to the solid waste people then. I would
agree with that. I would agree with that because that take away the money them can't teach.
Exactly.
Because the drain cleaning money for them and them parent company. Them should do that. Like solid waste do the drain cleaning.
And anytime they come out, they're not getting the money for this. All right, take it away from them and give it to somebody for them not to have it.
Solid waste go clean the drain then. Because
boy, got it. No,
but let me remind, if I may, Natalie, let me just remind the people that this is a political game being played by the risers there. It was always their intention to come out and say them not get the money because them spend so much money buying votes and fool up people, and now all the promises that they have made to people, them can't deliver them. So they want to pass on that to the government. So let me remind everybody that that is a ploy on their part. But the money gone to the councillors, and the councillors and the parish council have the money. There's not one parish council in this country that can say them don't get the money for them drain cleaning and for the star money. Lie no man's got to tell.
So the question is, what did they do with that money? If that money came to clean, if it's in the budget to clean drain, where is the money?
You know, see election just run. You know what Nathan Campbell said, the money, them do the money.
Well, guess what? When it come the time to account for the money, there is no problem, because unless they're gonna make up some invoices and say them pay people.
Them have ways of them take the money and run some pseudo drain cleaning for elections, man. And that them do the money from the parish councils.
Nathan Campbell don't tell we already what they do with the money. We already know what they do with the money.
Yeah.
So them take it and put this off election and put some over this off election.
Yeah.
But something serious need to happen, because the situation I get worse. And I hear the man called say he was a councillor and he must stay alive, they must tell him get money. You cannot have a system where so much money I go through and you not have no accountability.
No accountability at all.
Them thief, man. Them thief at the parish council, man. Them thief. Well, we see the thief with milk out of coffee, but them thief, man. Them thief.
All right, man. I'll take one more call and then we're going to wrap up, ladies.
What are you talking about, Melissa?
Yes, of course. Hello, good night. Lack of current might definitely Michelle. Hello, good night.
Actually,
Yes.
um, um, MPs and councillors don't get money in their hand, The local government send it to the parish council.
The agencies.
The money, and then then they have jobs to be done. They have people that work. The checks are being written up in the people that do the work name, and those people come to the corporation and collect their checks. They don't get check money in their hand.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay?
Yes. Thank you for the information.
Who she said don't get money? The MP or the council?
MPs and councillors, she said. She said the money go to the works agency.
For the drain.
Yeah. All right. So about Melissa now. Karen, when I get rain, all the weather stay in each of you guys' neck of the woods.
Me don't know about no rain. No rain are falling right now. I have a party I keep up for the ball field. I have a party that go on right now. So I know about that. The problem is Melissa coming down here and she and she in her mood. That's a problem, and we are trying to kind of we are trying Melissa knows no we kill her. We know some people don't gonna kill her, but no we. So she must spare we and go look for those who kill her. She must go look for Dr. Daza and write the certificate. Go look with her blood and well, make sure we know so we mad and upset. She had try find her husband too. So she don't know which there's somebody need for the record to the prison.
No, Tower Street, man.
Yes, Melissa is mad. I mean, she's totally mad.
This is so ironic though. I mean, out of all of the years there, Melissa did how much years now? About 3 years now? Right? And we had two different hurricane seasons. And Melissa choose to come right after the election, right after them ice wall little bit of blood. Nah, laugh.
Melissa is having a tantrum. So you hear why everybody feel just pray and talk to Melissa.
All these pronouns are dead. Them say a date and one woman call me, they say no, say a date and can't be pronounced. Melissa dead. Me say
I dance. I dance. I just wanna dance.
Little bit of blood. Little bit of blood. Say them did dead.
Oh, Melissa. We are direct. Me and Michelle have been working at it for days, but directing Melissa to where they are. Because as time, she can do specific things. She has go to where them which are mountain live, which are dating and catch up because the whole nowhere. Which part, all of them then rise as well as direct her to them. Because we're trying to make her know so she will leave Jews alone because we did expose her. And we did expose the thing. She will just leave our ends.
Oh God.
But it's a serious storm. And it already reached category 2 or 3. So I think it went past quickly. I don't think she will linger. But she can't go over St. Mary to cover the jam Sylvia come from. So she can't go over there too. And over there, Newell there. She can't go over there so too.
East Portland?
No man, over St. Mary.
Why she not forgot East Portland?
Well, me don't know about East Portland. Better say she can't go at St. Mary because I don't know Sylvia come from.
Oh, me say, boy, I don't really want to talk this too loud because I hear say. I was reliably told that Sylvia, it look like some mental sitting there going. Me don't want to talk too much because I don't know. But
be a surprise.
Yeah. PNP cannot help him. Them try to help him by saying a little bit of blood and an aneurysm and she dead in her sleep and them something there. And they try to cover it up.
Yeah, and Mark announced it to the world that she died from aneurysm.
They try to cover it up and them couldn't help them try for them to do everything for help him still, Patricia Duncan, I come out and talk about everybody deserve a fair trial. Nobody now advocate for Melissa,
That's why Melissa mad man. That's why I want Melissa to Patricia don't cancel and live.
Oh, she live. No, up so.
Me not know what Melissa find where she live on for a roof.
I'm fling her out her house.
And the roof will live off Yard's roof. Melissa
Turn a
find when people
tornado.
never live off the roof.
Create a tornado and something them out of the house
Yeah,
and fling
man.
them or something.
It's a live off them people the roof, man.
Create and one day them to see.
It's a chill, man. But since you're going to close, let us just say that to all our listeners and subscribers and viewers and friends and silent listeners and everybody, I know no one long to hear from me, but give me a little bit more time. I'm still under a whoop of pressure. All right, so I'll just come on with Natalie and hang out with Natalie on a Saturday for now. But you will hear from me soon, I promise. In the meantime, all of you, please secure yourselves, secure your families, help a neighbor if there's a neighbor in need. If you buy treat in a mackerel, I think somebody need one, pass on one. No? If you have two sardines, pass on one. Find out if everybody's all right, everybody close to you. Let us help each other and help each other secure each other. And we've been doing that in this community, in this neck of the woods for days now. We've been securing each other. I was so busy securing each other that I don't even secure me yet. But but let us do our best. And in the meantime, let us still look to God and remind him that I don't him live too. So he must secure us as well and trust him. All right, so everybody stay safe. All right, and keeping yourself. We don't want to come back like this. Nobody miss him. All right, so keeping yourself safe and stay covered under the blood of Jesus. Let us continue to pray for our government and pray for the Prime Minister in particular in this very distressful time for him. So let us remember him, the Prime Minister, in our prayers. Let us lift him up in prayers and while him tackle this. And all the people who have to tackle this, Desmond and Mr. Gordon from Solid Waste and all of them people there. Let us lift them up in prayers and the wonderful job them do. And let us big up my classmate, Richard Thompson, who is the head of ADPEM. Let's big him up and for a wonderful job him doing. And keep them all in our prayers. So that's all I have to say about that. Michelle, I have lots more to say.
Well, the only thing I have to say is something that I observe, and I think this is the first from me. I watch them something and never say anything like that. But this hurricane was not galloping from the west coast of Africa as every single other one of them, right? It appears as though it was formed in the Caribbean Sea. That is probably why it's moving at 1 and 2 miles per hour. I don't know if these weather people ever see the hurricane or try to track its movements at the very beginning. Them seeing a hurricane at the very beginning. So it just start moving at 1 mile, it move at least 2 miles per hour, and then it drop down to 1. And they are now speculating as to what they think is going to happen. And I went outside and coming from the supermarket. What I observed is that the hurricane track warm weather. That is my observation. I remember with Gilbert, the clouds they looked like pillows. They were very high, gray, very high, and it was calm. And it was warm. Every time after that, now, as soon as I went outside and feel that the air is cool, I said to them, no, the storm not coming. Now, when we say coming or hitting, what do we mean by a hurricane hitting? We're talking about the eye passing over the island. If the eye is not passing over the island, the hurricane did not hit. Even though the storm is sometimes 200 miles wide, you're going to get the effects. You're going to get the wind and you're going to get the rains, but you will not get the full force of the hurricane, which is at the center. The center is where it is spinning the most. So what we get are the outer bands. So usually when the air is outside that is cool, the hurricane turn. You understand? So them a project say going go north. I don't know what it is. They have it bending more than 90 degrees. I don't know, but let us see what happens. And them speculating a lot about what they think will happen, but I don't think they've ever seen. Well, they have hurricane forming in the Gulf of Mexico some couple seasons now, right? So this is the first. So let us watch.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. I think everybody had a good time. Them say Them said they love the war room. Boy, Jesus said not safe over here. But anyway, guys, we'll catch up. Be safe, ladies. Stay safe, everybody in the chat. And make sure say when I come back next week. I hope everybody comes back in one piece. I hope everybody have internet.
I
And
hope we are right.
yes. So we'll catch up, guys. Take care, ladies. Thank you.
All right. Night, night.